It's your girl Shema Ladd here on Help Me Out, your personal development and premarital life coach. So personal development, y'all. It took me personally developing to get to this point, right? So I had one of my family members comment on my Facebook page and say, "You've come a long way." Yes, I have. From thugging and banging. And you would never think that if you look at me, right? You would never ever think that. And so, yeah, from thugging and banging, it's been crazy, to professional, traveling, connected with world leaders. And so it's been an amazing journey. So get my book, What Future Me Told Past Me, if you're trying to figure out how to transform your life. How do I become the person I really want to become? How do I become the person I've always wanted to be? How do I attain the goals and the dreams that I want that seem so far away? Even during these times, we're going through an economic shuffle. We're going through an economic shuffle, you guys. And so even when you see them folks complaining, how do you live in poverty? I don't know. They thought it was only for black folks, so they thought it was, but it looks like the black folks are thriving and the white folks are struggling. Okay. Blessings of the Lord, walking in favor. Understanding what's your assignment. Why did he create you? Why are you here? There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why he created you. You might think it's not. It's only because you haven't asked. You haven't tapped in. But again, get my book, What Future Me Told Past Me. I put all of that in there, how I did it, how I climbed out, how I changed the way I think, how I changed the way I move. So go get it, y'all. And I just want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you for checking in, viewing the show, leaving comments, sharing, all of that good stuff. So today I want to kind of talk to y'all about some hateration. Hateration. Ooh, ooh. Your haters is what lifts you up, y'all. Okay. So someone has been trying to shut down my content pages. Okay. And I know who it is. So let me explain to you guys. When you come up and you elevate and you vibrate higher than your haters. And when I say haters, I mean those who have betrayed you, those who have defamed your name and your character, those who have stolen from you, those who are jealous, who want to be like you, those who can't control you. Because 9 times out of 10, your haters try to control you. Because, it's like, you're not going to get ahead. You're not going to beat me. You're not going to get ahead of me. So it's like crabs in a bucket. They're trying to pull you down. Whether that's through betrayal, whether that's through lies, whether that's through whatever it is they got going on, right? They're trying to pull you down. So for me, I had to elevate above mine. And then I had to block them. And that might be time for you to do that. Go through your social media and clean it all up. Clean up your TikToks, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your lemons, and your X's and your threads. Clean it up. And little by little, every month I see somebody on there I need to block, delete, right? But I kept getting these messages. You're getting complaints about violations. So when I looked and read one of the violations, it said, while they were trying to shut my page down, it was my my Facebook life coaching page, and my YouTube page, y'all. So I'm letting y'all know now. I got some haters that want to shut my stuff down, right? But when I looked at what the complaint was, it said, false information about a person. False information about a person. I'm thinking I don't give out false information. So that must be someone who don't want me telling the truth. Understand, when your haters have already lied on you and they've already set up a picture about you that they want other people to believe about you, they don't want you exposing it. They don't want you telling the truth about it, right? Because their whole point is to defame your character before you even know. That's like, and see, I have a couple of haters. I told you I had an ex-best friend. She defamed my name. She was behind my back lying, saying all these things, and I didn't even know she was doing it. Then I had my father's widow. She all in my blood family, spreading lies, deception, confusion. And that's the narcissist setup. So when the truth comes out and you find out and you do start saying something, then people say they confused because this person been telling a storyline for possibly years that you didn't even know about. Possibly years that you didn't even know about. Because when you do speak up and say something, then they start saying, see, she crazy. He crazy. He crazy. They don't want you speaking the truth. Why? Because the truth will set you free. I'm going to say that again. The truth will set you free. They try to shut that down. Not only because the truth sets you free, but it also reveals their true character or lack of. And that's how that thing boomerangs. It boomerangs right back to them, all upside the head. Boop, 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 boop. Right? Then they embarrassed. Then they ashamed. Then they try to shut your stuff down because they're ashamed and embarrassed because now other people looking at them and laughing at them and talking about them. And they've probably lost some friendships. They've probably lost credibility. They've lost respect from other people because they lacked character and integrity and maturity. And so for those of you that deal with narcissists and liars, manipulators, understand it will boomerang back. Understand, stand on what the Word of God says. Walk with integrity. Walk with transparency. Walk with pure intentions in your heart. Walk in truth. Walk with your armor of God on. Walk with your breastplate of righteousness and your helmet of salvation. Walk with your feet shod and prepped with the gospel. And the devil can't win. The devil can't win. So this person, when I kept getting them, because I kept, explaining to Facebook and YouTube, and I'm battling this, and then I finally said, what this? So I started going through my Black Widow. I forgot I didn't delete you off this page. Boop. Delete. You can't delete from, I don't think you can delete from YouTube. Oh, maybe you can. I gotta look into that. But I just wanted y'all to know. My haters trying to shut my stuff up because they don't want me telling the truth about who they really are and what they've been doing. So clean your pages up, y'all. Clean your pages up. Continue to speak the truth with pure intentions, without resentment, without unforgiveness, and without bitterness. That's what'll keep you safe in God's graces. Okay? So, y'all, they something else. They'll try to shut you down because they don't want to see you rise. And the most disheartening thing of it is a lot of times they know you're more than what they are. They know that you're more talented or you can reach more opportunities than they can. And they can't stomach to look at it, so they try to shut it down. But the hard part is when the lies come out and everyone sees them for who they truly are, and you still rising, it embarrasses them even more that they tried to come up against such a creative person, someone who is so gigantic in their soul and in their spirit and in their heart. You can never win. You can never win against that when you're aligned with God, when you're aligned with your purpose, when you're aligned with your calling and what you're bringing to the table and to the world. No, no one can really stop that. So it will be my pleasure, and it should be your pleasure when you post and when you speak about the things you're accomplishing, the things that you aspire to accomplish, because it's already on the way. It's already in the works. See, they can't stay ahead of you because you 10 steps ahead of them already. You moving and grooving. You in rooms that they may not ever enter. You in rooms that people never dreamed they would be in. You dealing with people that are doing things on a scale that they're not even able to see with their physical eyes. Because, and many of you are spiritual, which makes it like you a triple threat. You could be a quadruple threat, a quintuplet threat. Okay, I think I'm an octagon threat. If that's a word. I don't even know if that's a word. But, y'all, I'm going to say I'm an octagon threat. I'm an octagon threat, right? So, for y'all that are following me, and then, it's, you can't, also, they may have a hard time because a person could think they're competing with you, but they're not really competing with you. They're competing with your bloodline. They're competing with your parents, your grandparents. And why do I say that? Those who try to compete with me, it's very hard for anyone to compete with me because I'm so diversified. I do so many things. You can never stay on. I haven't met one person yet that can run with me, that can walk with me. I haven't met one person yet. And that's not a bragging thing. It's just me understanding who I am. And it took me having to understand that to be able to accept that I'm going to lose friends. I'm going to lose family. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with losing friends. You have to be okay with losing family. And you have to be compassionate enough to let them go. Because it's one thing to say, come with me. I want you to stay close to me. I want you to stay my friend. I want us to stay best cousins. I want us to stay best, nephew and uncle, or auntie and niece. But if you understand who you are, understand that can be intimidating to people, and allow people that space. Don't put pressure on them to stay close to you. Don't put pressure on them to run with you or go with you, because it could cause conflicts in your relationships. Learn to walk with grace and wisdom, and understand if you're one of those diverse persons that's multi-talented, multi-creative, everyone is not going to be able to keep up with your ideas and your thoughts and the connections and the moves that you make. And that's okay. It is okay. And when they're in a good place, they'll reach out and say a hello, or they'll send a what's up, or an attaboy, or whatever, and let them find their space where they're comfortable being with you. And other things I had to learn was, some people you can think are haters and they're not. You can have family members that they don't seem like they support you because they're not liking your comments, everything that you post, or they're not showing, but it's not that. I have some cousins and family members, they don't say anything, but I know them and they know me, and we're connected in spirit, and so we're connected in soul. And I know that they are saying, I'm proud of you. I know that they are saying, you inspire me. Keep going, cousin. Though they may not say that in my comments, some family members, they just don't say nothing, but they say it emotionally through, you should be able to feel it, through certain family members. And so I don't get bothered when they don't come or comment or post or anything, but I know where their heart is. And then there are some who definitely don't, and I know where their heart is. Okay, so give people the space to find their own space and place with you. in your life, and be okay with people walking away. It would be simple if I was just a nurse and they knew that I was a nurse and I'm an excellent nurse. They would probably say more. But it's difficult. It's more difficult when they see me getting invites to perform for Kendrick Lamar. Or they see me getting, likes and acknowledgments from Jacquees or from celebrities. Or they see me speaking with African leaders. Or they see me teaching nail workshops. Or they see me on television and I'm acting. Or they see me, you see what I'm saying? I have so many things, but it took me developing my skills and my talents. And like I said before, people they're not competing with you. They're competing with your parents or your grandparents, because I'm a spinoff of my father. And that's what I was explaining. I was talking to one of the owner's children here, and they were wanting to know what I do. And it's very difficult for me. And when people say, what do you do? I just look at and I usually just say, I'm a nurse. And I leave it there and I keep it simple. But they kept digging. They keep digging because they see there's layers. They see that there's layers to me. And it piques their interest. And they ask more and more. And I'm like, I just can't hide it. And so then I'm talking and they get excited and they're like, you're an entrepreneur, you do? I'm like, yes, I'm a spinoff of my father. Well, what did your father do? I'm like, oh, he was this, he was that, he did this, he did that. So, like I said in my previous videos, especially my daddy-daughter relationship series, when my parents passed, when my father passed, all of his haters came out. All of those haters that couldn't keep up with him, all of those haters that couldn't stack their money like he stacked his, all of his haters that wished, da-da-da-da. And you would have thought I would have knew that, because even, while they were trying to attack my father, they were going after his kids. I can't tell you how many men, and if you read my book, you will see I listed some of those things, the men that tried to come through my bedroom window. The men who I listed that in my book. Okay? They weren't attacking me. They were attacking my parents, my mother and my father, Leonard Ladd and Cynthia Price. They were attacking them through trying to get their children. Okay? They wanted to pull my parents down and cause them harm by attacking their children. Okay, I can't tell you how many men, as they were so impressed with my father, so inspired and motivated by my father. They look at everything I do. I had a little bitty red car that I rented. And I remember one time Dad was throwing a pool party. I show up from out of town, and one of these guys, they asking all about my little red car. They don't know that I rented it. They like, is that your car? Yes. Did your father? Yeah. No. Did your father, good morning, how are you, Jeremiah? Good. How was your birthday?
It was great.
Good. Is that, that's not for me, is it? Oh.
What do you remember?
I don't.
I don't want to hear.
No, I'm down. I think he's still cooking my food.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, asking me about the car. Is that your car? I'm like, yeah. And he's just staring at the car. And it wasn't that. It was more so want to know, how did he raise his daughter? What things does he do for his daughter? And so the inspiration shifted from my parents to me and my sister, right? And so those are things. And then one time my father was doing this big event, and all of the funds, we were fundraising. And so I decided to set up a table, and I would give out free little mini manicures, and they pay, and that money would go towards the fundraiser. Well, this guy comes up, and I'm giving him a manicure, and he starts trying to intimidate me. Like, on my family property. And he's trying to intimidate me. Like he don't want to pay me. Like he wants to cause harm. But I'm sitting here and I didn't say nothing. I saw him, I heard him. I did his manicure, but then he backed up. But it was him doing this man thing against my father because he couldn't foot the bill. And so understanding that a lot of times when people come against you, when people are doing these things, it's not even about you. They coming up against your parents that run through your blood. I'm a spinoff of my father. And I get to experience now and understand what haters were doing with my parents. I'm like, okay, Dad, I wish I'm older now. I know more, I'm more mature now. If I knew, I would have been having my father's back in a different kind of way, especially when it came to his haters. Okay, and unfortunately, his widow was one of the haters. And I can't understand, how could you be in the family with the wealth, with all the property, with all the lavish lifestyle? You are in. How can you be in, and then he passes, and you divert and switch to a hater? How does that work? How do you hate on your own, on yourself, on your own circumstances, on your own situation? How do you hate on your own situation? And I'm like, I guess because now that my father is gone, all of his talents and inspiration sits in me now. My sister, we're quite different. We're the opposite side of the coin. And it could be that looking at me and watching me is too much to bear, because though she lost my father, he's still here, and he's not with her. All the wicked, evil words she spoke to him, it didn't come to me. His legacy and his memory and his spirit will be here through me. And my children are the same, multi-talented, diverse. I got 3 of them. Went and hitting the hard way, and they will be in Africa soon, and they're going to be bringing the noise, they're going to bring the power, they're going to bring the voice, they're going to bring the energy, they're going to bring the skills, they're going to bring the love. I have 3 hitting the hard way that's going to hit Africa. So when people come against you, they're coming against your bloodline. What is the assignment of your family? To inspire, to motivate, to heal, to build, to encourage. Because nothing's going to change that. You are who you are. I am who I am. So thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Leonard Ladd. Thank you, Cynthia Price. Thank you, Grandmama. Thank you, Granddaddy. Thank you, Big Mama. Thank you, Big Daddy. Thank you, aunties and uncles and cousins, professors, teachers, trainers, everyone who poured into me. Theologists, philosophers, historians, professors. No one can take that from you. No one can take that from you. So while your haters are hating, they may try to shut down your page because you're too strong and you come too hard. Don't expect people to stay around that because you're too powerful and you vibing too high. If you know your vibe is high, you have to vibe with other high vibers. When you know you're the person that walks in and can change the whole atmosphere of a room, understand, people gonna start moving around. And let everybody find their position and where they fit comfortably and where they stand. Be comfortable letting them do that. Okay? Don't cause them torture. So until next time, you guys, hit like, share, subscribe, comments. I rise above my haters. Type your comments in the chat. I rise above my haters, baby. Okay? And so I think she stopped trying to shut my stuff down now that I blocked her and I've explained to my social media feeds. And I'm not going to stop speaking. If you want more details, scroll through my feed, check out my daddy-daughter relationship series. Check that out. And if you are in Africa, also send that to some of the youth around Africa. They may want to take a look at that. And you can find my book. It's on Amazon. I believe I just learned that Walmart established in South Africa. You can find my book at Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble. Go to my website, www.futuremepro.com. You can purchase the book there, and as well as some merch. I have t-shirts on there. It says Future Me on the front, Past Me on the back. And that's where you want to be at. That is where you want to be at. You want to focus on the future you and let the past be the past behind you. So go to my website, order your t-shirt, order your book. There's journals on there. Order your journal so you can start journaling this process, where you started, the things that have taken place. How did you break some colonial mindsets? How did you reset that? How did you let that stuff go? How are you doing your decision-making process? How do you guide people? How do you lead people? And if you want any coaching with me, if you want to speak to me one-on-one, if you want to do group coaching, if you want me for speaking engagements, go to my website, go to the contact list, and send me an email, and I will get you on the phone, and we will get you guys scheduled and set up. We can also do virtual coaching as well. So until next time, you guys, I love you, and rise above your haters.